Welcome to Tales from the Flipside. We're doing another episode of Deal or Flipside. All right, so we have a special guest with us today. We have Chris from Infinite Reality Comics.
Hey, how's it going? I'm excited to be here with you guys tonight.
And then where can we catch your store?
Sure, we are just outside of Atlanta, Georgia, in Tucker. Voted best comic shop in Atlanta, featured multiple times on National Public Radio. All around awesome comic book store. You should check us out if you're in town.
Cool.
Or online on Instagram. We post all of our cool key slab stuff on at Infinite Realities Comics.
Good stuff, good stuff. And who else is joining with us? I have Red Hood sitting right next to me. How'd your Whatnot sale go?
It went great. I think we created the lightning round, so shout out to everybody that jumped in and on Whatnot last night. Probably do it again next week, but it had a blast. You can catch me on IG. I iron out some books occasionally, but yeah, happy to be here, man.
How's it going, Chris?
How's it going? Chris Colbert's Comics on eBay. I guess the newly minted host of the Prospect 10 now. God save us. Yeah, just living a dream. And as somebody said in the comments on the show, apparently I'm a profiteer and not a collector. Well, I'm both. So
I think we get that all the time. So
yeah.
What's new, Mercenot?
What's happening, y'all? We doing good?
Hanging out.
Hey, everybody, it's your main man, Mercenot. Check me out, YouTube, Mercenot. Hey!
And Sean, how's it going, man? Long time no see.
Yeah. It's been away a little bit, but here I am back again. Hanging out. Yeah, doing Whatnot too. I'm actually doing a sale tonight at 7:45. So an hour and something. So pretty much right after this, I'll be on there with a whole lot of variants. That's that.
7:45 Pacific.
Standard Time? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, because you're already past that, I think, right? So.
Yeah, I'm even past that, and I'm in Central.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. And then we have a new graphic, and I want to give a shout out.
Oh, man.
Yeah, pretty good, right? I guess I need to cut my hair now at this point.
Dude, they put an earring on you, bro?
I know, right? So, yeah, I think they still just left Howie Mandel's face and then just literally slapped mine on top of his. So, I don't know.
Looks good.
But,
bro,
yeah, but
you're
thank
still
you.
handsome, bro. Still rock it, bro.
But thank you, Obi_the Gray. The _ Gray. So, big shout out to Ryan Caldwell. So thank you very much for this graphic, and yeah, so it's nice to do a remix edition of the Frank Gogol one, right? So
strong.
All right, yeah. So before we start, I want to go ahead and go over the rules real quick. So I will bring up 2 books for comparison, and then I will choose 2 panelists to discuss why they chose each book, and then we'll open up the panel for discussion. I want to start off the first one with a real life Deal or Flipside. So I was in our I bought a comic from Josh Allen on his Whatnot sale, and my name actually got drawn for the slab giveaway. So I had to actually choose between these 2 slabs of which one I would pick, since I won the first drawing for it. So but yeah, so let's see what the panel thinks. All right. So my choices were a Silk number 2, 1 in 25 Rose Besh, CGC 9.8, versus a Magnificent Miss Marvel 13 second print, CGC 9.8. All right. So hold up your signs on the count of 3 for Flipside for the Rose Besh, or the Modern Playbook symbol for the Miss Marvel number 13. And then at the end of our discussion, I will reveal which one I picked. So, all right. Pull up your signs in 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go with Red Hood, and let's go with our guest Chris. Oh, and we have a new challenger joining us. Hey, how's it going, Half Price Crook?
What's up, fellas?
Yeah, I'm still kind of pissed off. Aaron got the mystery boxes, because I spent like $400 with Josh, and I didn't get, and I think Aaron spent like $10.
I spent a little bit more than that, but I only bought one book.
It's all good. I picked. Man, I hear an echo. How in the
Somebody's
hell-
YouTube on?
Somebody turn off your TV. Okay, so like I picked Magnificent Miss Marvel second print, only because anytime you've got a first appearance of a character in a low print run, and it's a 9/8. I mean, she's got a show coming out. Key character. I mean, that could. You never know, but like first appearance on a low print run, I mean, I would take it. I mean, Silk, I mean, they've done so many number ones. Like, she's got a big shoe. I mean, like, I'm not feeling it. I'll go with the first appearance of a new character in a low print run. So, and it even says rare on there, so it must be if they typed it out and put it on there. So. But yeah, final answer.
All right, Bremen, you're up.
All right, it's up. I'm just going strictly from pure anecdotal. At the comic shop, our customers here cannot get enough Silk. Every series Silk gets, it sells out. This particular comic, we've got about 5 customers who have that on standing request, meaning that if I pull it out of a collection that I buy tomorrow, I've already got an instant sale out of it. Not saying that, first appearance, Magnificent Miss Marvel 13 isn't hot, but anecdotally, you hear what's making me money at the shop every day. I'm going to go Silk with that Rose Besh variant all day.
All right, and the floor is open for discussions for either or book.
So I'll chime in. So normally I'm Mr. Again, as somebody said before, I'm the profiteer. So all I care about is making money. This is one of the few times where I'm going with maybe long money over the short money. I chose the Silk book because of the fact that there's only so many books that are going to like get hot off of Miss Marvel. And though this book will probably see an increase in value, generally speaking, a rising tide raises all ships. It's just a matter of you're gonna have to move it fast. People have already shown to have very short memories when it comes to MCU properties, and I mean, case in point, you can now get Shang-Chi's like first appearance for hundreds of dollars less than you could the week before the movie dropped. So having to get rid of like a number 13 of her second, third series in a reasonable amount of time. I think this Silk book just has more people who missed out on it when it came through, and that price is got more room to grow organically long term. So that's just kind of where my logic was with picking the Silk book over the Miss Marvel 13.
I agree. I think the Silk is a no-brainer. The Magnificent Miss Marvel 13 second print, it is rare. It was allocated. I know that for a fact. I ordered 5. I only got 2. And you get the first amulet, but it's the same. This is a product of the market right now, the modern market. It's the same book. It's the same cover pretty much as the first print. And the first print was probably underordered as well. Not as low as this, obviously, but yeah, I just think that this book, I don't know. I don't like this book long term. I think the Silk, Rose Besh is hot. Somebody on the Hot 10, I don't know if it was Stein. It might have been Stein, but he brought up a good point about these Silk books. Maybe the Ninth Wonder. Ian, but he was saying that, maybe Stein, I don't know. But anyways, he was saying that the Silk 1 in 25, especially the later issues, going back to a series or two ago with that manga 1 in 20 or 1 in 25 for issue 7, and then going into this limited series, these Silk 1 in 25s, a lot of people missed on them. They're rare, they're hot, they're great covers, and it's rare that you get a book that doesn't have much in the guts, but it's just a pure cover play that I would believe in long term. I really think that this book will be 200 or more this time next year.
All right, and so for the reveal, when I had to choose between these two books, when I won it from Josh Allen, International Comics on Whatnot, so make sure to give him a follow if you're a Whatnot buyer, because he's an excellent source for international comics. Him and Rob's Comics. I chose the Silk, number 2, 1 in 25.
Smart man.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to pass on the Rose Besh cover, and so but.
Hey, so like Amulet is going to be a shitty character or what?
Dude, already is, right?
No, he's not a shitty character. He's legit. He's got a Infinity Stone right now. He just teamed up with Miles in the Miles Morales annual that just passed. The Infinity Destined series or whatever. I think he's legit.
So I
just don't like the second print. I don't like the second print. It's pretty much the same as the first print.
I get it, but like they actually call him Amulet. Hey, Amulet, come over here.
No, he has another name. That's his alter ego.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, man.
Turns into Amulet.
I'm looking on eBay right now, and you can get that 13 variant for less than $20 raw. I just assumed.
I thought it was rare. It says rare on the thing.
Yeah, well, it is rare. It's under order. Plus, it was allocated.
Man.
It's heavily allocated.
I'll buy a raw. I'm good. Take my chances.
Yeah, but this is Mercenaut we're talking about. The guy literally finds $1,000 books for like $50, and that is legit.
If you're cheap as fuck,
he's all $50. Try $5.
All right, so let's move on to our next set of books. All right, so how about some DC versus Indie? So we have a Batman: The Killing Joke first print, CGC 9.8, that sold for $258. Versus a Stray Dogs #1 acetate variant that sold for $255 at a CGC 9.8. All right, hold up your signs in 3, 2, 1. All right.
No.
All right, I guess let's go with Chris and Chris.
All right, I'll pop it off. So I chose the Stray Dogs, and I'm probably getting roasted in the comments for picking this modern book. But again, the show is deal or flip side, so I'm coming from the speculator perspective.
A profiteer.
Yes, I
Not
will
a
be
real collector, Chris.
I will be the profiteer. I apparently have no collection at all. I just have inventory. And like that Stray Dogs is easy money. Like, there are so many first printings of The Killing Joke. Like, first off, that is a book that when it dropped, though, it has gained much fanfare in, the years following, there were shops who got that book and could not sell it. I know for a fact that there's a shop back in Atlanta where Chris is at that I was able to walk in there and they pulled out like 10 of these bad boys that had never been opened. Like never been cracked. Like, it wasn't like somebody brought it back in secondhand. They still had them from the 80s when they couldn't sell them the first time, and somebody went in the back and pulled them out of a box. Like, so they're out there, and it's very common to find this book unread, unopened, 9.8 candidate any day of the week. Like, it's still one of them books that like people still, because of the fact that it's only returning $250 on the 9.8, that some shops don't even bother grading them. Like, you really can find this on the wall in many shops sitting up there chilling because the amount of time it's going to take you to get the return on the investment of sending off to be graded it's honestly worth it to you just to like sell it as like a 50, 60, $80 raw. That Stray Dogs, on the other hand, yeah, it's a modern book, but it caught a lot of people slipping. It's already been optioned. People aren't wasting time like they used to, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, sitting on properties for all eternity. Like, it gets optioned, and within 2 years, it's out, out and ready to go because people got streaming services they need to put content on. So your return on the investment, I think at $250, the second we get a Stray Dogs trailer, that'll be an easy $500 book. Like, that's a new number. Like, if you got a 9.8 of option story, it's a $500 book. And if it's worth a shit, then it's probably a $750 to $1,000 book. The Killing Joke has been a $250 book for 20 years. So that's my logic. I'm picking Stray Dogs one just because I probably could flip it for $500 when we get a trailer.
I don't disagree with anything you said, Chris. 100%. This is not an uncommon book. The Killing Joke is one of those. Buy a collection, it shows up. But it's guaranteed money every single time, and you don't have to really do any work to move this book. It shows up, and I put it on the wall. You've seen it happen. We've been hanging out in the shop, and it will be gone in an hour. So I pick this one every time. It will always be easy money. So that shop that had 4 or 5 of them, boo on them. They clearly should have had those books on the shelf to sell. Because I've never had a problem moving this book.
Yeah.
No, it's your story.
Okay, but are you going to pay the market price for it, though?
Well, me personally, I'm a retailer. No.
Exactly. So, because here's the thing, because I didn't even catch that it was the acetate variant. So that's even more attractive on the Stray Dogs. Okay, so the Killing Joke is steady. It's steady. But the Stray Dogs, like Chris said, man, that thing has a really nice ceiling. Now it might crash real hard, but it has a really nice ceiling for the time being. So
for the time being, absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But Killing Joke, every time there's like a major Joker story arc, that book pops up. Every time Joker's rumored to pop up in a TV show or movie, Killing Joke pops up. Every time Alan Moore scratches his beard funny, that book pops.
I'll find it near mint for raw for like, I don't know, under like $50, $40, so it's all good.
I'm surprised a lot of these I've been looking on eBay. I haven't seen any 9.9s or 10s, and the acetate that should at least give you a fighting chance at a 9.9. So that's kind of surprising because it's an acetate cover. So what the hell are they grading? There's no spine ticks in the acetate. Jesus Christ, man. Like, I guess I'll get some Windex so that I can ensure at least it'll get a 9.8. My God, dude. Like, are you freaking serious? The acetate should guarantee. It's almost like those Batman Damned or the Wiener Batman book or whatever.
Yeah, Batman Damned and also Last Ronin.
Yeah, but the ink could chip off, right?
Maybe. Well, like they're supposed to grade the cover. And
I think the point that you are making is the reason why, because it became like over this last 2 years, starting with Batman Damned, running through the Last Ronin. If you released a prestige format square bound book, you're probably got a fighting chance of doing nothing to that book, maybe wiping the fingerprints off the cover and sending it in and getting a 9.9. I know I damn sure did it with Batman Damned. Like, I was like, people are getting 9.9 shit. I went back to another store, bought all the ones that they still had, even though they were charging dumb markup, sent them straight into CGC, and at least 2 of them bitches came back 9.9, but then the 9.9 wasn't worth anything because people were getting 10.0s.
Yeah.
So, like, I think CGC is realizing that they're devaluing their product by giving such inflated grades, and so they're wrangling it back in again. I think we're just going through, I hate to say it, but you can ask Nico, like, they're wrangling in grades, they're getting tighter. And I think that's one of the things that's happening is that they're just like, hey, acetate covers, you're not getting the guaranteed 9.9 anymore. Like you're getting a 9.8. 9.8 is now the new standard, as it always kind of should have been, and that's just kind of what they're doing.
So
now.
If 9.8 is the new standard, then call it a fucking 10. Because that's the thing. Like near mint, if that's the standard, then put mint on the book.
No, I mean you ain't wrong, but I mean we could go back and forth all day about the nature of like CDC's grading practices and how they get down. So
Yeah, Batman Damned. I didn't even. I never do this. They look so perfect where I ordered them from, and they're packed very well because I got them online. I didn't even look at the back of them, and I got 210s. And because I mean, it's not something
Nice.
you're going to be able to press or anything like that, you know. So I'm just
Yeah.
like, no, this is square. This is perfect. I probably should at least check for fingerprints, which I didn't do. That one would have been too heavy on the fingerprints, but I didn't even check with that one. And as far as these two, like here I'll do it in a non. I agree with pretty much everything everybody said here. I'll agree in a non. I'll try to put it in non-monetary terms. I think Stray Dogs has legs. You know, something I'd like. Yeah, I think that you do have the potential to make more money. But like, if someone knocked on my door right now and said $250, pick one, I'd probably just say screw it because I don't have a Killing Joke 9.8. Put it in a wall and put it in a box and never really think about it again. Just because I don't have to sell everything I own. So you know what I mean. Just because because I love that book, I remember getting. I want to. Fifth or sixth print, like as a kid off the newsstand, I think whatever the orange lettering is, and not even realizing at that time that it wasn't, thinking I had like this more expensive first print, yeah. So just because I love that cover, and I've never had a 9.8, but at the same time because it's always been $250, I figured I could always send one in. But yeah, 250 is not that big a buy-in. So just for nostalgia's sake and collector's sake, I'd rather have the Killing Joke, but a little more money in the Stray Dogs probably short term, or next couple of years, whatever you want to say the term is.
Honestly, that Stray Dogs #1 acetate, that looks like a low price. I thought those were going for a little bit more. What do you say, Aaron? Is that cheap?
I want to say it's like. I thought both of these books were like kind of low on down on their price. Like, to be completely honest, I mean, and the one that surprised me was the Killing Joke.
Yeah.
Because I want to say, wasn't there like, I'm not watching Titans, but I've heard that there were references to the Killing Joke in Titans recently in this current season.
Oh no, they did the Killing Joke. They straight up introduced Red Hood and they did the Killing Joke.
Okay.
Well, so sorry, not.
I wasn't. Yeah, I was gonna be like a year. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so A Death in the Family is what they did.
Okay.
So they did that story arc. I think. I mean, not to relate a point, but I think that. I mean, again, if we're talking long-term collection, like you're talking, a book that defined modern day comics. Like Alan Moore changed the nature of how comics were done in modern day times with this storyline. But if we're talking just something that like Joe Blow, like casual person who may watch a TV show will probably buy for me, Stray Dogs. So,
all right, good stuff. Let's go ahead and move on to our next set of books. All right, so for you Usagi fans, we have Usagi Yojimbo #1 CGC 9.6 that sold for $490. Versus a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #47 CGC 9.6 that also sold for $500. So this is for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is the first appearance of Space Usagi. All right, so hold up your signs on the count of 3 for Flipside for the Usagi, or the Modern Playbook symbol for the TMNT #47. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go with
Red.
Let's go with Sean. Wait, which one did you have, Sean?
Modern Playbook.
Okay, and then did anyone have?
I did.
Okay, and let's go with Dollar.
Go ahead, Sean.
It was bitter. I sold my Usagi 9.6 for like 130. That's okay. I got it for $3. I don't know. These are pretty even. I'm basically picking for first appearance, and then the way the crazy modern market's working, the second print of Usagi 1 will probably be worth more than it is than this one soon. So yeah, I don't have heavy. I'm surprised to see these. Surprised to see both these kind of go up this high. I know that Usagi 1 just trying to chase Albedo 2, but that's never been cheap. So I mean, we were always talking like $2,000 difference between those two, and it's probably more than that now. Even though an Albedo 2 9.6 is pretty unheard of. So yeah, I'm just gonna go because it's a first appearance. There wasn't, I don't know, there weren't tons of copies purchased. I don't think at number 47. So that's my main reason. I'm gonna go with the first Space Usagi.
Good point, Sean. Good point. So I like the Usagi 196 white. It's not the first, like Sean was saying. It's pretty much the first appearance of Usagi is completely out of reach. And I think, a first solo title is pretty damn cool. And if you can't get a first appearance, I'll be honest with you, I like first solo titles more than second appearances. And that's just me. But I've been watching this book. This book, by the way, has a second print. Just a fun fact. And I've been watching this book, and what's hovering around between 5 and 590 and 96 white, and 490 is actually a really good deal. Netflix just announced a Usagi animated series based on the universe of Usagi Yojimbo. So that is another reason why I believe this has legs. And Joe and Sean are thinking when they see a 9.6, we want to see if there's more meat on the bone, right? So we want to see if we could crack press and resubmit that thing for a 9.8. But yeah, I like the Usagi Yojimbo. I mean, not only for the content that's going to be on Netflix, it's a personal favorite of mine, and I really dig first solo titles, especially not very recent, a little older. So yeah.
All right. The floor is open for anyone to add on either or book.
Nah, these graders. I wonder if those assholes feel guilty of putting a 9.6 on these books, man. I bet they're laughing. I'm gonna break this guy's heart. You know what I mean? Like, this is bullshit.
Hey, Aaron, I just want to add, Tales from the Flip Side, we love CGC. We appreciate everything you guys do.
I'm just they were picking garbage the week before, and now they're grading comic books.
Oh, shots fired. I will say that the whole Netflix series Samurai Rabbit, the Usagi Chronicles, a descendant of Usagi Yojimbo, yada yada yada. The series points towards Space Usagi. The market has a funny habit of not giving a shit about what's actually in a series and going back to the original character. And then they have sometimes where they could give two shits about the character's original appearance and pick a costume change. The market is so damn fickle that this really is a toss-up. This truly is one of those scenarios where you just have no idea. You could be holding on to a 70s Miss Marvel, or you could be that guy who, was smart enough to grab, the Avenging Spider-Man #9. Nobody would have told that dude, a year before when it was announced, but a year before the series dropped, that the Avenging Spider-Man #9 would have sold for double, what the Miss Marvel #1 was selling for at one point. But the market's fickle and weird that way. So yeah, this is kind of one of those toss-ups. So if I'm going off a pure personal want for a book, I'm going with the Usagi one. So,
hey Sean and Mercenite, it wasn't too long ago that we saw Usagi Yojimbo #1 in a 9.8 on the market report, right? Where it sold for over $1,000. Is that right?
I want to say 12 or 13. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could check, but yeah, it's something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Well, yeah, because I always thought it was interesting, like, the price gap between the 9.6 and the 9.8 and stuff like that. How, it could be sometimes like doubled or slightly more.
yeah.
All right, but let's move on to our next set of books. All right, so we have a Venom #3 third print CGC 9.8 that sold for $500 versus a Spider-Man 2099 CGC 9.6 from the Marvel Toy Biz that sold for $600. All right, pull up your signs in 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go with Mercenaut and who haven't we heard from in a while? Let's go with Joe.
What did I pick? I picked that. No, I mean the Spider-Man 2099 number 1. That Toy Biz, isn't that tough to find, man? I mean,
Yes.
I know it's a pain in the ass to grade too, man. Is that a newsstand?
So they're all newsstands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
some strange reason.
They all have the bar. Yeah, they all have.
Yeah,
the
they all have the
barcode.
barcode. Okay. I mean, I just, you got the Spider-Man, the animated cartoon fixing to come out sometime next year. I mean, they left you with the cliffhanger with 2099, right? I mean, so like, there's you talk about meat on the bone, Spider-Man 2099. That, I mean, he's already come and null for all intents and purposes. Donny Cates, kind of screwed that up. Jesus, good fucking asshole, dude. Man, dude, I'm telling you, man. Dude, like, how you not get that right, bro? How you not get that right? Jesus Christ, dude, you screwed up Null, dude. Like, you killed him. It's like, if I'm not gonna write him, nobody will. You bitch, dude. Like, I'm still pissed off at that. That's why I'm picking this Spider-Man 2099. I'm still pissed off at Donny Cates, man. You had it. You can't even stick a landing. Dude, Captain Universe, bro? Really, dude? Like, god damn it, dude.
We
Jesus
actually
Christ.
might want him to come on one of these shows
Man,
one day
I
in the
would,
future.
but I'm still pissed off, dude. Like, are you serious? That book was $1,000, bro. I dumped him, dude. You fucking asshole, dude. I feel like Donnie raped me, bro.
Wow.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ, dude.
Infinite
Dude,
Realities loves Donny Cates. We think he's
Yeah,
a
I mean, no,
writer.
dude, unless something happened, you cannot tell me that's the ending that was presented to Casada and the team, bro. Like, something definitely happened differently, bro. Because, like, that ending sucked. That ending sucked, man. I'm sorry. 2099, the end.
Okay. All right.
Jesus.
I like. It's like I hate both of them and I like both of them at the same time. The 9.8. Okay, so I picked the Venom 3 third print. It's a 9.8. It's a first appearance, more rare third print. There he is, right? I think first cover appearance as well. So, and here's the thing: no matter how badly a writer might screw up a character or not, there's still the future. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't. It's not like he's a sports star. It's not like he's jumped out of the bushes to kill his ex-wife or do something weird or retire or anything like that. So Noah can always be rehabbed. And I guess just for the future, I like the Venom 3. As far as the Spider-Man 2099, I have a couple of those. I have a couple of they're still sealed up with the toy, so I got a couple of them. And maybe if I crack them out, I might get a 9.6. So there's no need to spend $600. So that's why I picked Venom 3 third print.
Yeah, I'm still mad, dude. Jesus
I think they're good, both good, decent buys and good spec. I don't think we're done with Null by any means whatsoever. They do too much with them, and I mean nobody's dead, and no, there's no ever really, I like that. The Spider-Man 2099, honestly, I picked that, and you guys know I'll rarely pick a 9.6 over 9.8. Even I'm price discrepancy here. But I mean, Spider-Man 2099 been around a long time. It's here to stay. That like Carter said, it came with the toy, which made it difficult. Getting it out of the package, I've heard, is very difficult. Also,
it's rounded, like where the corner is. It's rounded, so that makes it even worse.
Yeah, and I haven't tried to get it out. Most of the copies that have been sent to me or to press are a bit wavy. And they're really not that easy to press. I don't know, not as much as typical because it's got like the papers. I don't want to call it glossy, but it's a slicker paper. It's not just regular paper, so it's not going to go back in place as easily as when it got printed. If it's been in a toy package for 20 years, it's not going to make it any easier. That's just a really tough book. These days it's so much more rare than 2099 number one, and that's a much easier 9.8 because it's cardstock, and so many people bought it back then that I literally still had a couple copies that weren't that were probably, even though the bags are yellow, so they're probably from, and I've had them a long time. I know I didn't personally buy them, but I probably bought them closer to maybe 6 to 10 years ago and bagged them up. One I just pulled out, take a look at it, and got a 9.8 on it. Other one, I like sending books. I don't like sending too many one book in an order because I feel like I don't know if this is true. This is my speculation that they might compare them against each other, and one was nicer than the other. So that was my thought there. But that Spidey 2099 is a tough book. We don't know what's going to happen with Noel, but I'm definitely not betting against them. I have none left. The only copy I had wasn't worth grading. I sold it a long time ago, but I sold it for like $350 with a crease on the back. So, 500 that's a lot better than 9.8, right? So yeah, I'm definitely Spidey on this particular, especially on this particular book for Spider-Man 2099. I'm going with the 9.6.
And I've seen those Null 3 third print, like, I would consider buying back into it at $350, but not $500. No way. No way. Now the $600 for a 9.6, I'd pay that because there's more upside with that. I mean, like you said, it's a tough book to get in a high grade. Chris, how many 9.8s of that you got, Chris? Don't tell me you were holding up 2 9.8s, bro.
9.6 and 9.8.
Wow.
So, yeah. So, I mean, my logic is that we'll see Spider-Man 2099 in film before we'll see Null in film. I definitely think that Null is being primed with all this talk of the All Black and the Necro Sword and What If and bringing in Gorda God Butcher. So I think that is where we were heading, maybe in another like 3 to 5 years or so, maybe phase 5, phase 6. If they can work out that deal, or if that's not even included in the deal with Sony, that while we know that can be considered to be a Thor character. But I think that the 2099, like, it's the reason why I bought those 2 copies of that, Toy Biz variant is because next year we're getting it Into the Spider-Verse 2. He has been confirmed to be coming. He is voiced by Oscar Isaac. That's just kind of a no-brainer. Like, I also sent off Leg knows he pressed a bunch of Spider-Man 2099 for me because that's going to be easy money. Like, people are going to be all about Miguel O'Hara. And again, separating yourself as a collector from somebody who's trying to profit off of like a sale of a particular book, you can say all you want to about 90s characters. People are going to love Miguel O'Hara voiced by Oscar Isaac. It is just going to hit the mark with people and bring in a whole new insurgence of people who are like, hey, who's this Spider-Man 2099 character? I want to know more about him. That's just what's going to happen, period. So we're probably on a lead up. We're going to see more stories primed with him being brought back to be more prominent, because he's been out of the mix since like the first Spider-Verse run in the Superior Spider-Man storylines.
Yeah.
So I can see them bringing him back in and focusing on him on the lead up to Spider-Verse. So yeah, I'm just going with that $20.99 because I just think it in the immediate, sometime in the next year, you'll be able to easily make $800-900 off of that book.
Hey, and you never know, man. You may see live action $20.99, man. That's in play. The multiverse is cracked open. I mean, that's in play. Anything's in play now, man. I mean, it's crazy.
Fingers crossed.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on to our next set of books. I think I have something slightly different for us to compare. Yep. So, with everyone talking about the Robert Downey Jr. Signature series,
Is that
figured,
for a date? If that's for a date, you know where I'm going. Chris Pratt all day.
So I figured, I compared two signature that, that these are active, so I should, give everyone warning. I'm not trying to endorse either one, but this is going for, most of the money I believe is going towards a donation for the SWAU.
Their
but
book.
yeah, so for Chris Pratt's signature, it's going to be $400. If he adds like a character name or anything like that, it's $585. For Gal Gadot, signature is also $400, and then if she adds the character name, it's $610. So let's go ahead and hold up our signs in 3, 2, 1.
I don't think Gal Gadot takes a bad photo, bro. Like,
nice. So we're all getting Nico, Christmas presents or something like that, right?
Man, I don't even know what I would have her sign, dude. Like,
funny enough, actually, I've got the book that I was planning on sending in for this.
Let's see.
Well,
so yeah, all those like a Wonder Woman 85 legitimately bought this solely for the purpose of future signing opportunities, and I'm still contemplating maybe sending it in at this point.
I would send an Adam Hughes Wonder Woman, man. Or, man, Big Leg, what would you send, bro?
I already have an SS from Gal, and I'm still voting for it.
Oh, man.
And yeah, and I got signed the Wonder Woman 50 WonderCon photo variant.
Oh.
Yeah, so yeah, there wasn't really a question. Good our boy Josue, she signed in Rhode Island a few years ago, and because California, our local deal is WonderCon here, so they had Batman 50s, this Wonder Woman photo variant, stuff like that. They were only $10, so I got a bunch, like I don't know, 6 or 8 of them. So I was picking up stuff for friends as well, but I had 2 copies left, and he was literally going. He was doing signatures at the time, and was going to I want to say Rhode Island. Like Rhode Island or Delaware, one of those places, and then they're both far from California, and so he went in there and got to do the meet, and I pressed both of them. And they're both 9.8s, so we both have 9.8 SS gals.
Well, what's the deadline for Gal Gadot, man?
I want to say, I think hers is in November.
Okay,
I want to say something like that. So it's coming up around the corner, and I think Chris Pratt's is coming up too. I forgot exactly when his was.
Honestly, like, you would have to see the signature, right? If it's a shitty signature, man, I wouldn't want it, man.
Gals is cool. I don't know what Pratt's looks like. They don't. Yeah. Those are like weird fonts. They don't sign like that.
Yeah.
If Chris Pratt signed like that, I'd fall over out of the chair.
Yeah.
Walt Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and move on.
You see that Robert Downey Jr. signing? Like, you gotta pay like $1,000, man.
All right,
it's worth it.
So we have Deadpool Secret Wars #2 CGC 9.8 that sold for $355 versus Amazing Spider-Man #4 CGC 9.8 that sold for $380. All right. The Flipside sign for Deadpool Secret Wars, Modern Playbook symbol for Amazing Spider-Man 4, first appearance of Silk. All right, hold up your signs in 3, 2, 1. Let's go with Chris and Sean.
All right, so I'll pop it off. So my logic is, and this is something, so I'm gonna give away a little bit of cornbread, for anybody who watches the Spec 10 show. I have a sinking suspicion that we're about to get a Howard the Duck animated series coming in the very near future. They gave him way too much screen time as what felt like a test to see if Howard was going to pan out for modern audiences. Like, they loved him as like an Easter egg, and they're like, okay, well, let's see how far he goes. And with that being said, he and Gwenpool have like that weird relationship in the comics where she's kind of usually tacked on to him. So that's the logic. Like, again, to explain where I'm getting to with this is that I think that we may actually see her be like part of his band of like rando people. If and when that series does happen, but I have a stinking suspicion that we're going to get a Howard the Duck series and that Gwenpool might get shoehorned in for that reason. I feel like there's a possibility of us seeing Silk. There's been talk of there was a rumor of a Spider-Woman movie. There was a talk of a Spider-Woman movie. There's been talk of a Silk standalone film. But we got to get there. Like, Sony's got to get there. So these books are still in a very much sort of even playing field, a possibility of a future film or TV show spec value. But I think that realistically, they have seen success with animation over on Disney Plus. Case in point, What If? This week's episode, phenomenal. So I could see them easily cranking out another Howard the Duck series, and having her be featured in it. So that's just my logic.
All right. Before Sean goes, I just want to give a shout out to Furbird the Nerd.
Furbird, baby.
Yes. So thank you so much for the super chat. And
thanks, bro. That dude is always on every single one of my auctions. I love that kid, man.
Yeah, he's shown up in a couple of my auctions too. So thank you
he's
very
shown
much.
up at all of mine, Aaron. Okay.
All right.
Bird, don't be going to Aaron's auctions, bro.
Mine too.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with Chris' speculation at all. I'm just kind of going the liquid, tried and true that'll, that I could see being, I assume, as high as any of these other first appearances that we're seeing here. There's, I know there's a second print. There's the Ramos variant. So those are going to take precedence, but I just think really we're not that far off from seeing Silk. We're not that people really like the characters. She's got her own series, got a lot going for her. And to me, she's pretty much a hold. I might have like a 9.6 of that book listed, and I think I got it listed like a lot higher than that price on the 9.8, just because I might as well wait around we're waiting around and doing well with all these other characters. So yeah, it's nothing against Gwenpool. It's a cool book. Gwenpool would be a harder character to do, I think, but he's right in that, if we're talking animation, that doesn't matter anymore. So yeah, they're both good books. That's another one to where if you knocked out my door and said the same price at any given day, I could say, you know what, I don't have Secret Wars 2. I've had a lot of Spidey 4s, and I take that book instead. But yeah, today I'm just going with the Silk 9.8.
Cool. And then Mercenary Chris, do you have any additional comments for either or Joe or Mercenary?
Well, I sold a couple of 9.8s to Phil. I made him a deal he couldn't pass up, so I sold him 2 for $500. So I still got 5 more. So. But like 9.8s, they're liquid. You move them all day. You don't even need any spec. It's still liquid. Now that Deadpool Secret Wars, like, if you got that kind of info that a show possibly is coming, absolutely, yeah. The minute that drops and it's official, yeah, you'll see that book start to climb.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next set of books. And I want to give out a shout out to Palvaran for providing me the last couple books for comparison. He's a coworker of mine, Trey. So I forgot to add him last week, but I was getting so many messages to add books that I just kind of forgot. So I'm adding it this week. So we have a Black Panther #2, CGC 9.8, that sold for $1,075, versus an Invincible Iron Man #9, CGC, that sold for $1,000. All right, hold up your signs. Black Panther for Flipside, and Iron Man for the Modern Playbook symbol. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, unanimous.
Really? No shit. Okay.
Well, there's no debate on Shuri's first appearance.
Yeah, so the floor is open for discussion on this, and then I'm gonna set up a poll for the audience.
I think the only reason why I picked Black Panther 2 is because there's no variants, there's no second prints. It's like the first appearance. That's it. Other than a newsstand, this is the first appearance. There's no issue before it, no issues, a couple of issues before it, or any like cameos. That's the first appearance, and that's why I picked it.
Sound logic. I mean, my logic is okay. We've got a character making their MCU debut versus a character who was a fan favorite in a supporting role, has been in what now? At this point, this will be her with Black Panther 2. This will be the third film or fourth film that she's made an appearance in, because she was in both Black Panther, Infinity War, and Endgame prior to this. Yeah, you didn't get a whole lot out of her in Endgame, but people loved the little quippiness of her taking jabs at like, why didn't you just like, reprogram the Matrix, scenario that she laid out for the Marvel geniuses. I think people are going to love her as Black Panther. I mean, there are the people who are already naysayers, but I just think this character, with the deal that they have supposedly set up for her and the number of films that we're going to see her in, they're going to push. We're probably going to revisit her in the comics again with a standalone series. Maybe more opportunities for her to be the Black Panther again in comics. This is a book that got like little girls wanting to say what you will about the Shuri book. I know little girls went and bought that comic, and her Marvel Action comics as well that are featuring series. So those true kid comics, little kids are definitely about that Shuri life. Don't get me wrong, Riri's a strong contender, but you've got to usurp the queen at this point. And Shuri's kind of the queen of things when it comes to Black female characters in the MCU.
Yeah, isn't #7 Shuri's first appearance?
Yes,
Riri, right?
100%. Or
I mean,
Riri.
Riri.
Yeah.
Riri, Shuri.
And there's a variant for #7, so it's like
Yeah,
it was
third print, right? Third print.
Yeah.
Second print,
That
third
second
print.
print.
Variant.
I mean, you're probably not going to lose money on this, but people are going to be squabbling and bickering about what's the book. Whereas, like Mer said, there's none of that with Black Panther 2. It's just, it is what it is. It is her first appearance. Either get you one or move on to something else to fill that hole in your collection.
All right, sounds good. Let's go ahead and move on to our next set. So we have Marvel Premiere #15, CGC 9.4, that sold for $1,625, versus a special Marvel Edition #15, CGC 9.2, that sold for $1,476. All right, hold up your signs. Flipside for Iron Fist, and then special Marvel Edition #15 for the Modern Playbook symbol. All right, 3, 2, 1. Ooh, let's go with Sean and Joe.
Oh man, I don't want to go against Sean, dude. He's gonna kick my ass, dude. No, I just think the Master of, this is where you would want to buy in, right? Like everybody's trying to dump him. This is where you would want to pick him up. And like, didn't they jack up Iron Fist's character with that? I don't even know that actor's name. I don't think he even has a job, bro. Like, I think he's like painting bridges or something, dude. Like, he sucked. And now every time I see Iron Fist, I think of that character, and I'm just like, nah, man. The movie's a hit. I mean, Shang-Chi's going to come back. I mean, he's going to be in multiple films, and man, I gotta. Anybody know a leaked site where I can watch the movie so I don't have to go to the theater and get COVID? You know, damn, dude. I just think you know what I mean. Can Disney Plus just put it on the damn channel, bro? They raised. I mean, they raised my Disney Plus subscription $1, bro. I mean, put the Shang-Chi movie on there, dude.
44 days and it'll be available.
They raised it $1.
Really?
Bro.
Yep. 44 days and it'll be available.
44 more days?
Or 44 days from the day of release, it'll be available at that point. So,
all right. Well, I just think I think people are going to be dumping them, and this is the time to pick them up. It's just me. I don't know. All right, Sean, let me have it.
I'm doing this for comic reasons. Marvel Premiere 15, Iron Fist. I mean, between the crossovers, I don't really. Yeah, I mean, the movie's already out. It's not getting any higher. The Marvel Premiere 15, just I don't know. I've always liked Iron Fist a little better as a character. I've read a little more. Always would pick up the stuff with Power Man. It might have been the weakest Netflix offering probably, but whatever. It is what it is. I like the cover more. It's been harder to find for a lot more years. I mean, I feel like I was maybe not necessarily in 9.2, definitely not CGC 9.2, but I was finding Raws of Marvel Special Edition 15 for like $50. I want to say maybe 4 years ago or something, and I'd buy them because I was like, well, it's a Marvel first appearance. It's a good purchase. Marvel Premiere 15 has always been a upper echelon Marvel book, and to me, it's always going to be. So, and hey, this one is it's a little higher grade, but I know that's not really what we're talking about because that's pretty close in these, and that might explain the 0.2 discrepancy here. Yeah, I'm just Marvel Premiere 15 is a little more iconic to me. Iron Fist, has been A-B+ character forever. How's that design? And I've enjoyed that book forever, and they're pretty comfortable. It probably comes down to taste, but longevity to me, MP15 I think is it.
All right, and the floor is open.
See, that's why I didn't want to go against Sean, dude. It's always taking me to school.
Hey, your opinion's not wrong, man.
No, man. Well,
I just like one better than the other. That's all.
Well, as a speculator, like, if I put my speculator hat on, like, somebody's going to dump one of these too cheap, and that's where you want to pick them up. Yeah. Like, I think it's kind of plateaued right now because the movie's out and nobody's going to be like jumping on it. But I mean, you're probably right with Iron Fist. They're going to reboot the character at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, and the audience has completed the vote. We had 33 votes, and we had 66% choose the special Marvel edition number 15, CGC 9.2.
There you go.
What? All right.
Yeah, I was like, my logic is, you're probably gonna be able to get this Marvel, the special Marvel edition 15 for cheaper, but by the time it's all said and done, but he's in the MCU now, and like, I hate to say it, but Iron Fist's legacy kind of has been tarnished. Still, a couple books down the line, you get the introduction of Sabretooth and things like that, but and those great Power Man and Iron Fist storylines. But like, man, that Netflix series really tarnished his legacy, like really bad. And with having your martial arts character, I'm not to say that you can't have multiple martial artists in the MCU. There's room for more than just one. But at this moment in time, I think there's only going to be one for quite a bit of time. And I think like they're going to ride that Shang-Chi wave and not want to get that like Netflix stink on them from the poor performing of those series.
I mean, they could come out with another Iron Fist. It doesn't necessarily have to be Danny Rand, right? I mean, so they've got Pie, right? Pie
the little kid, yeah.
Yeah, Pie.
Okay. I guess I lied. I have one more comparison. Are y'all ready?
Yeah, let's run back. Let's do it.
All right. So we have Marvel Comics Outlawed #1, the 1 in 50 CGC 9.8 that sold for $800 versus a Edges of Spider-Verse #2 CGC 9.6 that sold for $750. All right. So hold up your signs in 3, 2, 1.
I don't know. I don't know.
All right, Carter. Who do you want to debate against?
I don't know. Oh crap. How about Joe?
Okay. Oh man. All right. All right. So God damn it, man. All right. So these 9.6s Spider-Gwen, I mean it's easy money, dude.
That's a really respectable price. I don't know. I think I might need to change for a 9.6.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy money, and you'll sell it to somebody that thinks it can turn it into a 9.8. I mean, now I know that Outlaw, there was a lot of hype on it. It was like some people have said it's a ghost, and all that, and and you got everybody like out of uniform, and that's cool, and they're throwing the pose. You got Miles crossing his arms like, what's up, dude? But I mean that cover, I'm gonna say it, for the Spider-Gwen, it's sort of kind of iconic now, right? So I mean when are we gonna get Spider-Gwen? I mean I think it'll happen a lot quicker than what people think, But yeah, man, let me have it, Mercenot.
Which one did I pick? Outlawed?
Yeah, you picked Outlawed, man. Come on, bro.
Oh man. Okay. Honestly, just because it's a 9. Okay, only because I already have a 9.8 of that Edge of Spider-Verse 2, and I sold off a raw copy of Outlawed, that variant. And I guess I picked it just because it's a 9.8. Like, listen, the reason why I pick books is pretty fucking shallow. It's not really well thought out. But the only reason why I picked the Outlaw is because it was a 9.8. But damn it, man, that a 750 for a 9.6, that's very fucking respectable. I like that. I dig that. And I got a raw copy, and I have a raw copy of #2 kicking around somewhere. So if I could get a 9.6 of that, oof, watch out. I'd be happy. I'd be thrilled.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, it's like that one was tough. But yeah. So that's why I'm going with Edge of Spider-Verse 2 9.6.
And girls are going to continue to dress up like Spider-Gwen, man. That's a thing. It's a little phenomenon with the cosplayers dressing up like Spider-Gwen, and and I don't know, that could hurt the book that you don't see the characters in their superhero outfits. I mean, like, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right about the cosplay. That legitimately took off when the Edge of Spider-Verse series, this particular series, came out, well before the Spider-Verse movie announcement, any of that stuff. I mean, right after that book came out, that costume got sold, and there was like they had like her hoodies and things like that. And I remember, I think Long Beach Comic Con wasn't that much after that series ended or whatever. Or I don't, was she only in that issue? She might have only been in that issue, but like all of a sudden, yeah. So the cosplay I think is sort of a deal, and that also definitely kept going with Miles and the Spider-Verse. I vote, yeah. I think Gwen's one of the strongest plays in Marvel. Period.
Yeah, and especially like since it has so much of a lower print run compared to Miles too. Like, and I feel like the demand for Gwen is going to just keep on going up as more and more people discover her.
So they basically confirmed Andrew Garfield, right, for the new Spider-Man movie. Like,
he's in it. Yeah,
it's not out of the realm for Spider-Gwen to come out, right? Emma Stone to throw on the hoodie and the flats or whatever. You know what I mean? That would be some shit right there. If you want to talk about a book that would pop off, if Emma Stone dresses up like Spider-Gwen, look out, dude.
I think the only issue with that would be like long term, she's just a little too up in age for them to want to have her around long term. So it may be a one and done type thing with Emma Stone, but I just don't see them going with Emma Stone to consistently be Spider-Gwen. I can see them going and grabbing somebody new and shoehorning them into the existing. I mean, it'll piss off the fanboys, but they could shoehorn her into the existing world and put her maybe as a counterpart to Miles. And, we have Miles and her doing their thing in high school. Because at this point, after this year, Peter and his whole crew, they're seniors this year. So they'll be college age if they continue to move forward with their storylines as of like next Spider-Man movie.
All right. Well, I want to thank everyone for watching tonight. Make sure to catch Big Lake tonight on Whatnot. I'm sure you'll get some like crazy deals out there, like because I know I did last week. And I just want to, definitely some good variants. And then I just want to tell my family I did not pierce my ear, so it's not pierced. So yeah. And make sure to catch us tonight or tomorrow night for our prospect list and our roundtable discussion. So yeah. So hit that like and subscribe button.
Go Cowboys, baby.
Go Brownies.
Catch you on the flip side.
Sunday.